Hey everybody, it's Andy Cloudy Milder. God, remember when I used to do vinyl updates and collection updates? Well, it has been a while, so I thought it was time I did one. I have, you can't see it, but in front of me are literally 4 or 5 stacks of CDs that I've accumulated recently through some are sent to me VCLT, others that I have bought, and it's taken me a long time to get through them, and I've kind of reached a stage now where I'm trying to stop just buying shit constantly, and I'm trying to really get to know albums before I either show them or put them away in the collection. So that's why the updates have been kind of few and far between, because I've been really enjoying, really digging into some of these albums, but also digging right back into my collection and picking out albums that I flick through my albums sometimes, and I'm thinking, like, I have no idea what that album sounds like. I know I bought it, I know I listened to it a couple of times, I know I showed it on a video, but I'm really guilty of not getting to know things well enough, really, and I want my collection to be worth something to me in terms of the value of what the music sounds like, and I want to be able to pull out an album and know it and understand it. And anyway, I'm blathering on, but that's why I've really not been doing that many updates of late, is because I've been listening to a lot of stuff that I picked up over the last few years and really getting to know it and enjoying it. Maybe I should be doing some sort of more like what's been in videos and talking about those albums, because I'm very much a person that likes to talk about why and what I like about an album rather than just showing stuff that I've bought. That doesn't really appeal to me. But rather than blather on, let me show you some shit. I've got a stack of cassettes, I've got a stack of CDs, and I've also got a couple of records that I'm going to show you today. First up with the tapes. So Metal Marty Mac, you all know him, our brother from Ireland. He inherited a huge and fantastic cassette collection recently from a good friend of his that unfortunately passed away. He's done 6 or 7 videos going through that collection, and he has been open for people to send things out to people that if he feels that it would enhance their collection, and it was something that he perhaps wouldn't be listening to. One of those tapes was, I'm a big Ramones fan. He even called out in the video. He said, Cloudy Milder will know this album. And I do. I had Ramones Animal Boy on cassette back in the 80s. I'm sure sorry, it's a bit bright. I'm sure I've still got it now. Somewhere in my loft, hidden away. I've got a box of tapes of all my favourite ones, and they're not in with all the other tapes we've got that are my favourite ones. And I haven't sold anything. But anyway, I said, you know what? I'd love to have that back in my collection. And he went, it's yours. Let me know what else you want. Now, I'm not a big cassette collector. I do like cassettes. I have a few. I don't have much room for them. So, you know what I said? All I collect really is Iron Maiden, Anthrax, and a few newer cassettes when they come out. I've got quite a few Hellripper ones because I've got all the formats for that band as well. And he went, do you know what? I've got a spare State of Euphoria, it's yours. And he sent that one on too, which was absolutely fantastic of him. What I like about this, and it plays perfectly by Ron Marty, it's absolutely fantastic, is it's a Turkish pressing. And it sounds great. Very simple J-card. It's State of Euphoria. It's a decent album. Nowhere near my favourite Anthrax album, but I had a blast sticking this on the deck and having a listen to that one. He also sent 3 others, which completely had no idea they were coming, so that's great. The first one was this is Organised Crime by Treat. This I think came out in 1989. Treat is not a band I'm familiar with, but the funny thing is though, with videos and things on the VC, is I'd never heard of this band really, didn't know anything about them, but a couple of people have shown Treat stuff recently. Now I don't know if I've just tuned into it because the band came to me through Marty, but there we go. And what I thought was interesting about this J-card is that it's actually got a booklet in it, stapled in, which I've not seen before. In fact, that's a picture of the band. And that's pretty much what they sound like. They're not so much metal as sort of hard rock, bordering on the AOR side, but enough on the hard rock side to keep me interested. I have listened to this one, and it's pretty decent, so that's a keeper. A couple of the others, I mentioned this to Marty as well, is I'm probably going to look and pass these on, because I do have both of these albums on vinyl, and I just don't have the room to keep them on cassette as well. So this is Shout in Your Face, very melodic rock album with a number of shredders on here as well. And also, and this album is fantastic. This is Wasted, The Good, The Bad, The Wasted. Pete Way's band, after leaving the UFO. Music for Nations. It's a great album. It's just to say, I've got it on vinyl already, so I'll be looking to pass those on as well. I'll find a good home for them, Marty. Let's move on to some CDs. So a few weeks back, I went to there was a 3-day alternative metal festival in Edinburgh called Red Crust. Bought a t-shirt. So this was a bit of a free, well, not really a freebie. So what did I do? I got an email a month or so back, and it was about Red Crust Festival 2022, and there was something on there, a link to the Facebook page. I listened to the Facebook page, and I had tagged myself as going. I thought, am I? And then a quick search back, and I found that I bought tickets for Red Crust Festival 2020, which got COVIDized, as did Red Crust 2021. So my tickets in 2020 had been carried forward to 2022, and I had tickets to a festival. Now this is a small festival. It's a single venue in Edinburgh, although there are a couple of other fringe venues that do some sort of after show gigs as well. 3 nights, about 10 bands a day, and yeah, so it cost me 15 quid in 2020. Tickets were about 25 this year, but they'd honoured the tickets, and I realised, I looked back, and I bought tickets in 2020 to go and see Hellripper, who still not seen, but I will be seeing in a couple of weeks' time, so I'm really looking forward to that. But anyway, Hellripper weren't playing at Red Crust 2022, but lots of bands were, lots of bands I'd never heard of, a lot of Scottish bands as well, and it was absolutely fantastic. Too many bands to mention, but I'm going to mention 3 that I've ended up kind of buying stuff from. The first one is a band called Robot Death Monkey. Nothing to show because they don't... all of their stuff is available for free on Bandcamp or for a discretionary free. And I checked them a few quid because they were absolutely superb. Again, a kind of psychedelic, fuzzy metal band. Robot Death Monkey. Check them out on Bandcamp. Brilliant. The next one, and this is the band that you can hear in the background maybe. This is Black Talon with Endless Realities. So this is a Scottish thrash metal band from Edinburgh, 10-track album, released in 2015. This is fantastic. If you are a fan of thrash metal like Forbidden, then check out Black Talon. I don't know how well you can hear this in the background. Quite sort of technical melodic thrash, but absolutely brilliant. I was talking to their vocalist Johnny Steele after the gig, and he was absolutely buzzing, and he was saying that he was going to the Anthrax gig in Glasgow in October. We'll go together and all this year, but I'm sure he doesn't remember that. But who knows, I may bump into him. Me and the Rock Scout are going to see Anthrax in Glasgow in September, so that should be a blast. I saw about 13 bands. I went on the Friday and the Sunday. I didn't go on the Saturday because I had some other plans this year, but Saturday was mostly sort of post-metal stuff that I'm not really into. But Sunday was a brilliant lineup, and one of the bands that I saw on Sunday was called Cyclona, and I picked up this is their 2020 release on Ripple Music. Now, given the name Cyclona, given that cover, and given the fact they are Ripple Music, do not be surprised to hear that they are like a psychedelic They may be psychedelic if that existed, but they're more psychedelic stoner rock band. I think these guys are from Bradford, so that's Yorkshire in England, and absolutely brilliant, really sort of infectious stoner grooves, nice sort of not the vocals are clean, but they're also a little bit gruff as well. Real sort of garage stoner sound to them. Brilliant live, and this is a fantastic album. This is their second album. They've got another album called Mojo Rising, which I will definitely be on the lookout for now. Song to check out would be Blow. That's a brilliant one. Really check them out. Oh, as for Black Talon, check out the whole album. This is superb. Love it. Not a new album, but one that that Jürgen Aumann sent me, and in fact, there's a few links to Jürgen here. So the next 3 CDs are all kind of linked to him somehow. So he sent me Hittin', First Strike with the Devil, and when I showed this in the unboxing video, I was much like, I've heard of this band, new wave of traditional heavy metal band, but oh my god, this is superb. If you have not heard Hittin' and you like the whole new wave of traditional heavy metal movement, then this album you need to check out. So originally it came out in 2014. This is a 2019 reissue on DVP, Dying Victims Productions, but it is honestly, people often ask, if you had to play an album to somebody that defined heavy metal, we'd all pick 80s albums, and why not? But you could pick this one, and someone would get it straight away. Lots of great chaps on here. It's a great album from top to bottom. But if you want to check out one hidden track, check out Lady Killer. That for me is a fantastic heavy metal song. Brilliant. Okay, it's a lot of new wave traditional heavy metal. It's bit Priest, bit Maiden, Saxon, blah blah blah, all of those bands. But these guys, they do it so well. Next one I picked up recently is Darkness. Now Jürgen did a video on these guys. So these are a German thrash metal band that have been around since the mid to late 80s. I think their first album came out in 1987. This is their 5th studio album of the German thrash metal veterans Darkness, as the hype sticker tells me. I love this. This is all I've got for the band. This is all I've really listened to them. I did check out a few of the tracks from when Jürgen did his video on them, but this absolutely fantastic. Like songs like Neo Primitive, Hate Is My Engine, First Class Violence, the title track, and I Betray. It's really good. Love it. It's full on thrash metal. I love it when I've got a thing for when the German vocalists sing in English. I think the accent and it just adds that sort of hard edge to thrash metal vocals that I like. But the vocals are pretty clean, if a little growly. It's not barking vocals at all. But I love this album. I do want to check out some of their earlier ones as well. I have heard some of the Gasoline Solution, which is the one that came out previous to this. This came out in 2018 originally, but absolutely brilliant thrash metal album. The last link I'm going to have to Jürgen, and this time, this is an apology to Jürgen, because I hope you don't think that I led you down the garden path. So I did a video recently, and a few months back now, and was talking about Grand Magus and saying that Hammer of the North was the only album I needed from Grand Magus to complete my collection. And Jürgen came up and said, I've got that album, I'm going to send it to you. And very grateful I was to you, absolutely brilliant. But, and this is where I fucked up basically, I went onto Discogs and I put it in, and I had it, and I went to look at all the green badges that go down there. and there was a line that didn't have a green badge. And I have honestly, the number of times, and I've been trying to collect Grand Magus stuff for years, I had never ever seen Wolf's Return on that list of albums. I swear, I was completely blind to it. But it was missing. And so Jürgen, I'm sorry, the false pretenses. I hope I didn't make you send me that album, but you sent me that album thinking that you would help me complete my collection. And I was missing their third album, Wolf's Return. And I have no recollection of even seeing this album on Discogs, where I was going through thinking I was going to get everything. In my head, Hammer of the North was all I needed. So I subsequently went out and found it on CD. It's, in the UK anyway, it's a bit of a bitch to find on vinyl, but I will. I'm eyeing up a couple of items, one on Discogs, one on eBay, which maybe I'll pull the trigger on if I'm feeling a little bit flush, but Grand Magus, after the first... So this album is a bit of also part of the transition. So the first couple of albums are very much more sort of stoner rock, and then they move into their more epic heavy metal, what I call the sort of classic Grand Magus sound. And this album, there's certainly a lot of that transition in there. But I absolutely have to get this on vinyl now because I've got all of the others. So this is their third album, originally out in 2005, and I'll get it. So Jürgen, I'm sorry you didn't complete the collections. I thought you would, and I hate to take that glory away from you, but there it goes. My fault entirely. What can I say? I hope you can forgive me. Last CD I'm going to show is Armored Saint, Symbol of Salvation, an album I've kind of been... It's been on my want list for a really, really long time, but never high enough to pull the trigger. But it was a decent price on EMP, so I went for it. I can't even remember where this is in their discography, if I'm honest. I am going to have a quick look up now, because I am curious. So this originally came out in 1991. Now, Armored Saint are one of those bands where I really like them. I'm not gonna. No ways about it. I like them. They're a great band. I like all the 80s stuff. Punch in the Sky, their last album, was superb. Win Hands Down took me a long time to get into, so that was the I think previous release 2015. But this was the last album before John Bush joined Anthrax, and I've heard a lot of good things about it, but I just never dived in. The thing I find with Armored Saint is, if I'm in the mood, I absolutely love it. John Bush's voice, to me, can be absolutely superb. He almost reminds me, well, it's not the same, so don't laugh too much, of Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. He has that kind of melodic voice that's unusual for heavy metal. I think he did a great job in Anthrax. He does a great job here. But what I can find is, if I'm not in the mood, I'll put this album on, but I will tune out maybe halfway through and forget where I am with it. First few tracks are really, really good. Dropping Like Flies, Last Train Home. But at times I kind of, if I tune out, I lose them, and I often find that with some of the later Armored Saint as well. They always have 2 or 3 bangers on an album, but a whole album, I've really got to be in the mood, or I lose focus and miss what is going on. But delighted to get that in the collection, and I'll listen to it again. Now, last couple I'm going to show are of the vinyl variety. Oz Force Commandments. This came out in 2020 on Massacre Records. It's limited to 300 copies. It's on clear vinyl, I think. So Oz are a Finnish metal band, traditional metal band. I hate clear vinyl. That's my least favourite. To me, it looks cheap. I know some people say it's probably the best sounding or best quality sounding vinyl there is, but I just think it looks cheap. But that's just me. Yes, Oz Force Commandments from 2020. They've got a bit of a cult metal following from the early 80s. I don't own any of their earlier albums, but things like Fire in the Brain and I think I don't know so much about I don't think I've ever heard their debut album, but their third album, Warning, as well. They get a lot of love, and I would love to get hold of them at some point, but it's never been that high on my list. But this recent album, 2020, it's their 8th studio album. It's really good. I really enjoy it. Again, it was a cheap purchase from EMP. I wouldn't have picked it up otherwise, if I'm honest with you. But from start to finish, it's great. Listen alongable, if that's a thing. Heavy metal. It keeps me interested from start to finish. Great tracks. Nothing amazing or stand out about it, but just a good listen. So yeah, check out Oz Force Commandments if you haven't, and you like a good blast of traditional heavy metal. Last one I'm going to show, and this is a band that I have a lot of time for. It wouldn't surprise me if you've not heard of them, or if you've only heard of them because I've shown all their other albums that I've picked up as they've gone along. This is Sergeant Thunderhoof and their latest album, This Sceptred Veil. Sergeant Thunderhoof are another, so they're a band from Somerset in down south in England, and they are another UK psychedelic stoner rock band. They're a band that this is on Pale Wizard, but they're not a band that sort of seeks out labels, as far as I can tell. They self-release all their own stuff. They're not cheap, so this is a double album. Amazing artwork in there. I think this cost me about £33, which is phenomenal for me, certainly for a band that isn't a big name. But if you miss out on the first pressings of Sergeant Thunderhoof, you ain't going to get them. They're going to double in price, and that's it. Now I went for the what did the hype sticker say? The Avalon edition, double green and white vinyl. The picture of this vinyl on the marketing blurb was amazing. It was very green with a smattering of white. My version seems to have got slightly the arse end. It's mostly white with a little bit of green. Now, if you can be disappointed with the vinyl variation, I am a little, truth be told, but at the end of the day, it sounds the same, whatever the colour. And the colour fits in really well with the vinyl packaging. Also has a lyric sheet as well. So Sergeant Thunderhoof, they've got a wide range of sound. At times they are really kind of uplifting, energetic, happy stoner rock. And then at other times, like this song here, Foreigner, which gets really dirgy and doomy as well at times. The songs to check out on here, Devil's Daughter is easily my favourite song on here. But this for me is a really easy listen, as are most of the Sergeant Thunderhoof albums. If you like your psychedelic stoner, as I do, then check out Sergeant Thunderhoof. All their stuff's on Bandcamp. You don't have to get physical copies. You can pick up the digital tracks if you like. I think they have CDs. Probably have CDs available as well. There you go. That's my collection update. Long overdue collection update. Certainly lots of stuff that I've been going through, but I've also been checking out a lot of things in my collection, diving a bit deeper and really getting to know shit again. Let me know what you think about these albums in the comments. As always try and I'll always get round to replying to every comment. I really do appreciate it when you guys spend the time to not only watch the video but leave a comment again and chat with me. I've been doing this for a long time now, and I have always said and always maintained that, if if you guys don't leave the comments, then what's the point in me making the videos? It's the interaction that I love, and that's what keeps me motivated to do these, even though I haven't been doing as many videos lately, but you know, that'll change. Anyway, this video is done. Thanks for watching. Chat to you in the comments. Have a great weekend. See you again soon.